Nearly 8 million people in the country live with HIV and AIDS, and more than 5 million are on antiretroviral medication to control the disease. Deputy President Paul Mashatile says the set targets to end the disease by 2030 is achievable if everyone plays their part. Treatment Action Campaign calls for 6-month supply of ARVs to ease the logistical burdens faced by those on treatment. Meanwhile, the importance of testing and knowing one's status are still at the forefront of the campaign, and men have been encouraged to get tested for HIV. All right, and for more on this conversation, we're now joined by Dr. Nkhensani Nkhwashu from the South African National AIDS Council. She's the executive manager, and she now joins us via our video link. Dr. Nkhensani, thank you so much for your time this evening here on SABC News. And when it comes to us marking World AIDS Day today and looking at the great strides that have been made, and that's what's come out largely from today's commemorations. And would you say that the country is on track when it comes to making sure that HIV, TB and STI health threats are eliminated by 2030?
Good evening, Bali, and good evening to all our listeners. As the Deputy President has highlighted, yes, we are seeing, positive strides in our fight against HIV, TB and STIs. However, the progress that we are seeing is very slow compared to, the infection that are happening on a weekly basis or on a daily basis. So for us to be able to see all these positives, moving forward, we need to work together. We need everyone who is supposed to play a role definitely needs to join in, on this fight of HIV, TB and STIs.
And when it comes to, the fight against HIV and AIDS in the country, and you are saying that as much as what's been highlighted today, that there is some positive response in the fight against HIV and AIDS, but you are saying that there is still a high rate, particularly of new infections in the country. What would you say are the biggest hurdles for us seeing stats of that nature?
One of the key things that we are seeing, if we really have to pinpoint where the current problem is sitting, it's that we've got the age group of 15 to 24, where we are seeing a spark. We are seeing new HIV infection of almost 1,300 on a weekly basis, meaning that, as South Africa, we are adding more of our young ones, or we've got more of our young people, who are seroconverting on a weekly basis. And one of the biggest challenges that we have is that we've got men who are not testing. And these men who are not testing, and these men, some of them who are already HIV positive, but they are not on treatment, they are the ones that are dating these young women. And these young women, we continue to see a rise. So the more they are out there, men not testing, and also being involved with the age group of 15 to 24, we always see this cycle of HIV continuing. So our biggest challenge is that men must definitely stand up, and all men must go and get tested so that they can know their status and be put on treatment.
And the stats that we are showed, it shows that more women in the country have HIV and AIDS as opposed to men. Would you say that it is an accurate type of a situation in our country? Because you are saying that you're encouraging more men to go and test. So when you look at these statistics, would you say that they are accurate?
Accurate. And really, what actually shows that, showing that because if you look at it, you've got 65% of the women who are on treatment, is because women have this culture, we've got a health-seeking behavior that is with us. If I've got a headache and I'm a woman, it's easy for me to walk into the clinic and then seek health advice. But men, being in their nature, they've got this thing of saying, oh, I am well, this will go away, taking their time. So it ends up showing as if we've got more women who are HIV positive. But if we are still seeing these disparities where we've got more women who are, seeking or being tested compared to men who are being tested, it will seem like that. Meanwhile, you might find that at the population level, it's not generally like that. And remember, if you look at South Africa statistically, we've got more women compared to men. But we are saying that because, behind each and every woman who is infected, there is another man, because the infections happens between men and women with a small percentage of vertical transmission. So we need men to get tested. And then we will be able to say that definitely we've got equal proportion when it comes to the prevalence of HIV in the country.
And Dr. Nkhensani, a bit earlier on, you also touched on the fact that, it is the age group of those 15 to at least 25 years old where we are seeing these new infections take place. What do you think needs to happen? I mean, we were speaking with some of my colleagues just yesterday. When we were growing up, we used to see these campaigns widespread, where be it posters, be it adverts, and in today's lifetime, it's not as prevalent as it was maybe say 10, 15 years ago. Would you say that more awareness campaigns are needed in the country?
Yes, I agree with you there. We need to have more awareness campaigns. As you have indicated, we grew up in the era of Soul City. We grew up in the era where each and every corner, or even if you open the radio, you will hear about all these behavior change related messages. So we are saying as a country, we have realized that we are falling short when it comes to that. And we want, to re-energize that, bring that back. And, I can assure you there are a lot of things that can be done for HIV prevention. We are saying that as much as we'll enhance those messages, but out there we know that if you need to know that if you are having sex or you are having unprotected sex, that it's not really cool at all. So we want to encourage, all our young ones want to encourage even the men who are having sex with this age group between 15 and 24. We say, take charge of your health, use a condom, discuss with your partner. And we are saying that if you know you are already HIV positive, you can also be on the program where you make sure that you take your treatment regularly, you know about your CD4 count, you make sure that it is taken, and you ask your readings at the clinic, and ensuring that you take it exactly at the right time on a daily basis. And you will be able to achieve what we call the U equals to U. And the U equals to U, we say is that, undetectable viral load is untransmittable. You will not be able to transmit HIV to your partner if you've got an undetectable viral load, of less than 50 copies. So we are saying, take charge of your health, take charge of yourself, have sex using a condom. Condomize all the time. The condom is the king, the condom is a game changer. And also taking your ARV is a game changer because you can reach a status of U equals to U.
All right, Dr. Nkhensani, thank you so much for your time and for that insight. That is Dr. Nkhensani Nkhwashu. She is from the South African National AIDS Council. She's the executive manager there, just giving us some of the statistics coming out today when it comes to World AIDS Day and looking at the infection rate facing the country.